Eight of Swords, Temperance, Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. So now you have the three court cards, and they're both, same suit, same family. So I do believe that family situations might figure very prominently in this situation. If you are a male, um, Leo dealing with family situations, I do feel in general that the whatever you're doing, you are on the right track, okay? And I do feel in this situation you are defending a belief of yours, so it is important to keep that in perspective, okay? So despite people not agreeing with you, and I do feel that cultural values, generational gaps might be in the picture here, which is fine. People will come around to your way of thinking, so I do feel you are on the right track. Don't stress over it too much. Don't let others' words get you down, because I do feel that you're going to be fine, okay? So relying on yourself for that, I guess that esteem boost and self-esteem boost, and also like knowing what it is ultimately is your end goal, that's going to keep you focused, and that's going to keep you fighting another day, okay? For women who are dealing with this situation, you might be it might be like with a partner. I do feel with a lot of wands energy here, it could also be a work project in which other people are not seeing eye to eye with you. You are going to get some help from a younger person, and I do feel in general that if you're dealing with like a supervisor, somebody who is on your same playing field, or somebody who is like employed in a similar position, you're not seeing eye to eye with this person, but somebody from like a lower rank, or somebody who's potentially younger with less training, is able to see where you're coming from, okay? So, and they're appreciative of all the support and all the instructions that you're giving out in general. So either way, you are going to be well received. Don't let this one negative person affect the outcome or affect your sense of competency in the work environment if it's the workplace. And don't let them affect, the relationship. A lot of you, especially women too, I do feel have recently gotten out of relationships in which there might be another person involved, for example, or there are people meddling and causing a rift in this relationship situation, okay? You are once and for all able to turn away from it, and you're pursuing a different path for yourself. For men, it might be problematic because you feel that this is a situation that you have to go back to in order to fix. But I can assure you that you're not bound to anything, and definitely don't do things out of a sheer sense of obligation, because it doesn't really lead to a good result. And on top of that, the other parties have healed. It is important for you to also go through the healing process yourself, okay? And I do feel in general relationships issues and problems from the past are going to alleviate the first few days, okay? Towards the weekend, there are news coming back in, cycling through, that might be problematic, and it would prevent you from, I guess, like you're kind of like called back to an earlier place and to take care of responsibility and obligations. But I would say, do what you need to take care of. Don't do it because you feel obligated, because people are sucking you back in, knowing that you are responsible, and knowing that you are, you take yourself very seriously, and you don't like to leave loose ends like unattended to. So they are using that. It's basically one of your strengths. It's also one of your weaknesses. So you they're using it to suck you back in. Don't let that happen, because I don't feel a very good outcome from it. You might rush in, and they might be a little more demanding of your time, of your resources, etc. At the same time, you might not have all the information at your disposal. So for men in general, I feel like almost this rescuing a damsel in distress, the woman is more than capable. She doesn't really need your help, okay? But she's trying to lure you in. Not a fire sign. I feel like it's a different sign. So she might try to lure you in when she doesn't really need your help. So if you have that time to spare, then entertain her. But if not, just let it go, all right? People are more capable than you believe. So it's important for you to just do you, focus on the things that matter to you, rather than out of a sheer sense of obligation, cycling back through to help to alleviate like previous situations, or to resolve things from the past, because you don't really need to do it. It's out of your hands, and healing has already begun. It's done and over with. So move forward, okay? Okay, so the first card here that I have out is the Page of Wands in the upright position. So the Page of Wands is a new energy, and I'm reading this energy as you because it is a fire energy. And what I do sense is there is going to be a sense of excitement for this week, okay? You're either getting news, like very good news, on all aspects of your life. It could be on the work front, on the money front, even on the love front, okay? So things are looking very favorable here with this first card. I believe this one came out next. Okay, so what's crossing you here is the Justice. So this is a major arcana cards, and what I do sense is that it deals with the karmic balance, and this card is coming out for quite a few signs. So what I would say is that it is the period of Mercury in retrograde. It is starting on May 18th and lasting until June 11th. So it's important to like right the wrongs in our lives. And I do sense at the same time, for those of you who are dealing with like people cycling in, or even like situations where you feel like an innate sense of lack of balance within partnerships, within in the work front, I do feel that a lot of it is going to alleviate for you for this week, okay? As for your recent past, I do have the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is also a card of balance. It deals with emotional balance, okay? So this is a very fine line here, and it's what I'm sensing here is in the past you were able to achieve this. You are able to like be less impulsive and to think things through a little bit more. However, coming into this week, there are news. There is something in your midst that is going to excite you. Okay, that's going to bring about like a drastic change in your life. However, crossing it is the Justice, which also indicates balance. So what I would say is maintain your composure. Don't move forward like, full speed, because Mercury in retrograde is notorious for making us regret decisions that are made during the time frame. And then, after June 11th, we might regret certain decisions that are made. Okay, so hold off on it a little bit is the message that I am getting. As for what's coming in here is the Hermit in the reverse position. Okay, so it's corroborating the same message in that you need to look back at the past and figure out, how you can move forward with this. So a little bit of taking some time off, hesitate, sleep on it before you move forward, before you make a decision, would be more favorable for you, okay? What's crowning you here is the World in the reverse position. Okay, so things are not always what they seem, so be a little bit more careful. As for the energy that is in the picture that you are not aware of is the Four of Cups. Okay, so this can play out in two ways. So basically, what's crowning you is the World in the reverse position. So this is basically don't expand too fast, okay? Because you're probably moving forward ahead with something in which you don't have full information. So don't expand too fast. So what's in the picture that you're not aware of is you're kind of like, so the Four of Cups in the traditional tarot indicates, it's like that man, he's under that tree and there are 3 cups in front of him. The universe is reaching out and handing him 1 extra cup, and there's like a very obstinate energy in that in that deck. In this deck, what it indicates to me is this is it in the upright position, okay? So you have like choices. Okay, and I am afraid that you're not moving forward with the right one. Hence, the advice here is take a moment and really look at this situation and figure out if this is going to serve your greater happiness and your greater good, okay? I do feel there are other choices that is going to be more favorable, but you're kind of like tunnel vision at this point, because this thing looks really good and it looks like it's too good to be true, so you want to jump on it. But take a moment, okay? So take some time off and really look at this situation. Lay out all the possibilities and see what is the best option for you before you take any step to move forward. As for the advice here is the High Priestess. Okay, once again, you're not seeing the big picture, okay? This is an unveiling process. It is in the reverse position here, so you are kind of blindsided by something in your midst, in which you are very excited about it, but it is not going to be conducive for good things. So, I wouldn't say like it's going to be detrimental in any way, because, the world card is good regardless. However, I do feel that out of the four options, you really have to weigh the pros and cons, and you really have to take some more time, because you have a lot of options lined up for you. So it's just important to like, do so for example, when the universe gives you opportunities, it's important for you to reflect on all those opportunities. Okay, it's just the wise thing to do. So take a moment and try to figure that out first, because I do feel that you might not have enough clarity right now due to the Mercury in retrograde, okay, more than anything. And as for your external environment, is the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is basically receiving financial assistance, and also dishing out financial assistance, okay, so helping others or receiving help in this capacity. And it could be help in, any type of way, but what I do feel here is, due to the other cards, I do sense that it is not really related to finances. It's basically like getting help from somebody like that is capable helping you, okay? So the help is well received, okay? And I feel that a lot of you might be dealing with a situation in which other people are coming in to offer their assistance. So this is a good energy here. As for what is your hopes and aspirations, here is the Devil in the reverse position, which is a good placement for this card. So the Devil reverse means kicking old habits, means, being self-reliant in this situation and not having to ask for help. So in the process of like sitting back and not asking for help, there is more abundance coming in for you. However, it's important to like pick and choose what it is that you want to move forward with. And I'm sensing here, go with the new, go with like the new energies, go with something that is that hasn't been done before, okay? So this looks favorable. At the same time, with the Mercury in retrograde energy, if there is something that didn't, work out the first time, it just kind of like petered out, or it was just like a flop, you can move forward with that project now because of the cosmic energy with the Mercury in retrograde, okay? So depending on which side of the coin you fall under, it's important to like gauge how you want to proceed. But either way, this card looks very favorable. This is, not having to rely on other people and being self-sufficient, okay? So you are going to, you're hoping that you're able to achieve this, but I do feel that given everything at your disposal, it is important to keep this goal in mind, to be self-sufficient, to not have to like fall back on things, on unhealthy relationships, unhealthy habits, unhealthy toxic links to people and situations from the past, okay? So moving forward, you want to really be self-sufficient, okay, and know where you're headed as well. So as for the outcome position, we have the King of Swords. This is a very good card. The King of Swords is somebody that is very reasonable, okay? This male or female, this is somebody who has a gift of intellect, and they use it well. They, some people, they might like to pick fights, they might like to argue, they like to debate, and it's just, their pastime. But this person here is really interested in the truth, because they believe that everyone should be entitled to the truth so that they can make informed decisions, okay? This is somebody that can help you gain clarity. This is also somebody that can provide you with that assistance so that you can unveil, okay, so that you can like so that you can expose the truth, okay? So the truth can come to light, basically. If this is not an external energy, what I do sense, well, you have assistance here, so I do feel that this person will be in your midst, okay? It could potentially be an air sign too, like an Aquarius, a Libra, and a Gemini, somebody who has a very sharp intellect, but they have like they have really wonderful critical thinking ability, so they are going to like slice through the BS and get to the root of the matter, which is something that you really need right now based on this muddled thinking as well, okay? So it's important to use this person's guidance and expertise in that way so that you can forge ahead with full information, okay? So one of the main thing I would say to watch out for this week is first of all, jumping the gun and not having full information, okay? Aside from that, everything else looks very good. On the financial front, you're going to get assistance, so things are looking good, okay? So don't be impulsive, and get full information first before you do anything, okay? And weigh out all your pros and cons before you sign contracts.